What is up, guys? In today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how you can create this pretty much, which is removing the green screen. And apart from removing the green screen, those of you that are new to Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects, how do you start up these programs? What is it that you have to do to get everything started? Now, at one glance at all this that's going on right here, you're probably saying, oh my god, this is super hard, I'll never understand it. But no, that's not the case. You can do so many stuff in Adobe Premiere that there just isn't enough space for everything. And so everything pretty much just has its own little separate window, and they try to accumulate everything in here so that you can use it. But you can always hide things that you don't need. Like, for example, this one, I don't want it right now, close it out, that's not what I need. Anything you don't need, you can close out. There's just a lot of extra windows a lot of the time when you're working with this. So like this one's more basic over here, so you can just leave this one and there you go, right? So this is kind of what your end product should look like.
1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, Harmony Science Academy. I'm Krista Mide Arena, and Harmony TV is here to bring you the news.
Alright, so before we get started, I'm just going to go ahead and save this, close it, and minimize this one, close this one, close this one, and there we go. Alright, so documents, schoolwork. Now I'm saving to my computer, guys. No more external hard drives for a while, and I'll probably back up all my stuff online or something, because this is crazy. I lost everything, in case y'all don't know. Alright, anyways, Harmony TV. Now this folder with announcements, I've already placed it for you guys inside your server. And inside your server, you will see files used, which I gave you all this. Now don't get scared by all this stuff. Let me see what this is. Let me erase those, we don't need those. Don't get scared by all these things that I'm giving you. I just pretty much gave you like some backgrounds that are pictures, the video of Midea, the video that actually works of Midea, and then some like background footage that's actually like moving, and another one over here that's moving that you can use as the backgrounds. Okay, so let's see here. The first thing we need to do is make sure that when you get my files, that you get the files used, finished, and working. When you're working with Premiere and After Effects, it is even more important than it is with Photoshop for the files to be organized. Premiere and After Effects always tries to go back, well, not tries, it always will go back to where your files are located. And if somebody deletes them from the downloads or move them to a different folder, or even later if you say, oh, I'll organize it later, and then you do organize it later, Premiere and After Effects will be like, hey dude, your files, they're not where you told me they were at the beginning. And so that's why it's very important to always start with an organized working manner, and then just keep it like that. So under files used, I have all the files that I'll be using. Under finished is where you'll put the finished product, and under working is the ones that you'll be working with. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and open up Adobe Premiere. Once that opens up, now I am using like I want to say maybe like a month newer version than yours, but for the most part it should look identical. And then I'm using Mac, but it's not that big of a difference. So from right here, the first thing you'll see is that this window pops up. Right here you have to choose New Project. Every single time you're always going to choose New Project, unless you're opening one that already exists. Now once you click New Project, this pops up. And this is probably, if not the most important part in Adobe Premiere when you're starting to work. First thing is you have to give your new project a title. So right here I will name it Announcements Tutorial. You guys can just name it Announcements. You don't have to put tutorial afterwards. From here, I need to click Browse. This will allow me to go ahead and search for the folder where I want to save it. So I'm going to head over to my Documents, Schoolwork, Harmony Tiger Vision, Announcements, and go ahead and place it under my working files, because these are files that are currently active. We're using them right now. So under Working Files, and just click Choose. This is the folder that I'm choosing. So it's going to be called Announcement Tutorial, and it's going to be located under my working files. Alright, so let's go ahead and click OK. Now we get this window. And now this may look a little bit different in yours. Just, I guess, make sure you're under Editing, Color, Effect. There's different ones here. I always go to Editing, and it'll always look slightly different. But the main thing that you want to see is that you have a timeline, which is this one. That you have a program window, which is that one. And then you have a project window, which is over here. Now you can always click in between and things will move, and as you notice they keep moving that way. So if you click these arrows, you can always see more of them. So project, make sure project is there. Source clip, controls, it doesn't matter here, just as long as you can see these three windows. They're the most important ones. So the first thing we need to do is double click inside where it says import media to start under your project panel. Make sure you double click. That's going to allow you to import the file. So we're going to go over to announcements, files used, and I'm going to get the one that ends with 63, which is the correct video of Mireya where she did it all in one take. Well, it was the second take, but still she did it without mistakes. Kind of. There was a little mistake. Don't worry about it. Anyways, from here we have the video, and we're going to go ahead and drag this video over to our timeline. So just by clicking on the letters or on the clip, it doesn't matter. We're going to drag it over to our timeline. That's going to bring the video over along with our audio, which is fine because that's what we want. If you ever need to separate the audio, you can always right click on it and just click unlink, and that will separate the audio. Now we don't have to, so don't do that. And if you do, just make sure that you don't mess up with it, because then she'll be talking and there'll be no audio, right? So you want to make sure that it's linked up so that she does it together.
1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon.
Alright, so now that we have that, the next thing we want to do is get rid of the green screen. Now, although there are ways to get rid of green screen in whatchamacallit, in this software here, let me see, key, chroma. Yeah, there are ways here in Premiere to get rid of the green screen, but After Effects is dedicated to work with effects, and it works so much better to remove the green screen than Adobe Premiere would. So what you want to do is go ahead and select the video. Make sure the video is selected. We're going to right click on it, and you're going to see replace with After Effects composition. Go ahead and press that. That's going to pop open After Effects. Those of you that have used After Effects before, woohoo, you get to use it again. Those of you that have never used After Effects before, here's another program that's completely crazy. So this program pops up. Then you get this window that pops up that says, hey, where do you want to save this new thing that you're about to start? Just make sure you're under Announcements, Working Files. Let's go ahead and name it here Green Screen Footage. And I'll put Tutorial because I already have another one right here that says green screen footage, and I don't want to replace it. So I'll go ahead and click Save. Now, Mireya pops up, and she's right here and all that good stuff. So in this one, you should be able to see again your project, your composition, your timeline, and then this one over here, which is your effects and presets. If you don't see your effects and presets, go ahead and click on this little arrow and click Effects and Presets, or head up to Window and search for Effects and Presets and make sure you put a check mark right next to it. Now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and search under our Effects and Presets for Key Light. Once we have Key Light right here, we're going to go ahead and click and drag Key Light into our video. Once we've done that, you're going to see that this pops up. This is going to allow us to control our green screen. So this, you see this little eyedropper tool like we use in Photoshop. We're going to go ahead and click it and press on the green. That gets rid of the green entirely. And now, although this looks very good already, you want to make sure that we do it even more perfect. So we're going to go ahead and click Final Results and go over to Screen Matte. In here, it's going to turn into black and white, and now you notice that this is not perfect at all. So if we added a picture to the background, you would have seen all these mistakes. So after we've done Screen Matte, we're going to open up right here, Screen Matte. So press on the little arrow. That's going to allow you to open it up. And on the numbers, we're just gonna, you notice this arrows pop up, we're gonna click and drag over to the right until all that white stuff is completely gone. So that's starting to look better. And here under white, we'll just leave it at 100, maybe clip it up to around 54. That looks like a perfect black and white mask. To me, that's good. So I'll go ahead and put it back to final result. Now we have our final results right here. From here, we want to go to File and Save. Now that we have that saved, you'll notice that when we head over to Premiere, it automatically updates. That's because whatever we do in After Effects gets updated here because we went and did a replace with After Effects composition. So now this footage is linked to After Effects. So from here, we're going to drag this video up to video number 2. And you'll see why in a second. I'm going to double click right here. I'm going to import one of these videos. You can import whichever one you want. Now that I have this imported, I'm going to drag this over to this way. I'm actually going to put it right here because this audio right here is on the way. So I'm going to right click, unlink this audio, click it and press delete. Now we'll bring this guy over here.
1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, Harmony Science Academy. I'm President Media.
Alright, so you notice that it's a little bit laggy. The reason why is because this is currently red and we need to turn that to green. But we'll worry about that later. What we need to do is make this video fit inside here. So what we're going to do is make sure we select that little layer, right click, and we're going to go over to somewhere in here. Sorry guys, I usually do this in After Effects. I wanted to try something different. Here it is. Scale to frame size. So boom, and then it's going to be over here to the exact frame. So now you see that that's moving in the background. Now, one thing that bothers me a lot, and you might notice it, is all that noise, that static that you can hear in the background.
2, 3.
Good afternoon, Harmony Science Academy.
If you hear it, it can get pretty annoying. So what we're going to do is head over here to our effects. Now if you don't see effects here, you can go to Window and open up Effects. And under Effects, we're going to type in Noise. And this is pretty new, Adaptive Noise Reduction. From here, we're going to drag that one and we're going to put it over in our audio. The moment we do that, under our Effects control, you will see Adaptive Noise Reduction. And now when you play this,
President Media Arena, and Harmony TV is here to bring you the news.
the audio is completely gone. If you click Edit, you have some default, heavy noise, light noise. You can choose one of these, and as you choose that, the settings readjust. Always play around with it to see which one works better. For right now, default works great. And from here, we're pretty much done with this part of the announcement. That is how you replace the background with removing the green screen. That is how you import files into Adobe Premiere. Now what we want to do is go ahead and file save this one. And if we press enter, it'll start the rendering part of turning everything to green. Now this process can take a while, so I will come back as soon as this is done. Alright guys, so mine just finished. And as you can see, now it's all green, so when I play it, it's no longer lagging or anything like that.
Good afternoon, Harmony Science Academy. I'm President Media Arena, and Harmony TV is here to bring you the news. So let's get started. Students, remember to be in class before the tardy bell. Tardy suites will be...
Here we go. So now what we need to do, make sure this is saved. Now technically from here, what you would have to do is export, but we're not going to export this because this is the actual announcements. And we still have to include our intro at the very beginning, and we also have to include our outro over here where I believe other students are working on different video clips. But hopefully we get to finish all that and we add it right here and right here. Then it'll be ready to export. But hopefully this video kind of helped you guys so that you all can at least know how to import video, remove the background, and maybe reduce the noise and get everything going so that we can at least have a starting base where we can include the rest of the videos. That's all for today's tutorial. Hope you all enjoyed, and this was not too difficult, and I'll see you on the next one. Alright guys, so mine just finished, and as you can see now it's all green, so when I play it, it's no longer lagging or anything like
Good
that.
afternoon, Harmony Science
And
Academy. I'm President Media Arena, and Harmony TV is here to bring you the news. So let's get started. Students, remember to be in class before the tardy bell. Tardy sweeps will be...
here we go. So now what we need to do, make sure this is saved. Now technically from here what you would have to do is export, but we're not going to export this because this is the actual announcements, and we still have to include our intro at the very beginning, and we also have to include our outro over here where I believe other students are working on different video clips, but hopefully we get to finish all that and we add it right here and right here. Then it'll be ready to export. But hopefully this video kind of helped you guys so that you all can at least know how to import video, remove the background, and maybe reduce the noise and get everything going so that we can at least have a starting base where we can include the rest of the videos. That's all for today's tutorial. Hope you all enjoyed, and this was not too difficult, and I'll see you on the next one.